Hola chicos, hoy vamos a aprender un tiempo nuevo, a tiempo or tense, the present perfect tense, or in español, el presente perfecto. That's what we're going to be looking at. Present perfect definition. As a verb form, the most common use of the past participle is to form what are known as the perfect tenses. They are called perfect because they refer to actions that have been or will be completed. So I think the best way to explain this is just through examples. So the English equivalent of this is I have done something. So examples: I have spoken, I have talked, I have eaten, I have said, I have been there, I have anything that you want. I have slept, any of those. And it doesn't just have to be I, it can be anybody else. You have done this, we have done this, they have done something. But somebody has done something, it's a completed action, leading right up to the present. So to have in Spanish, this to have, not tener. Tener is to have something for possession. This to have is coming from the verb haber. And we're going to conjugate that. And then we're going to add what is the past participle. So in English, if I say I have and then spoken, spoken would be the past participle. If I say I have written, written would be the past participle. Just like in the present progressive, we have the present progressive tense, we have estar plus the present participle instead of the past participle. So this is a good time to review that. So in the present progressive tense, we also had a compound tense. We had the estar verb, and then we had our present participle. So to say I am running in English, in Spanish, we would say yo estoy corriendo. So we would take estar plus any verb, and then we add either ando for AR verbs or yendo for ER verbs. My friends are working. Mis amigos están trabajando. Hopefully you remember that. Okay, so we take the verb haber first. We do have to conjugate that. We have 5 different ways to conjugate it. So for yo, I would say yo he. For tú, it would be tú has. For he has or she has or you have formal, el ha. For we have, nosotros hemos. For they have, it's ellos han. For you all have, it's ustedes han. Haber is to have as an auxiliary, right? This is different than tener again. Tener is to have for possession. This is a little bit different. This is to have done something. It's not used alone. It's a helping verb, right? It's a helping verb. So we have haber is the first part of the verb, and then we have the participle that we're going to change from its infinitive form. Okay, so making present perfect, make the present perfect by using this haber verb conjugated, and then we add the past participle. So if we want to say I have written, I would say yo he, and then escrito. So we're going to add this ending. So we have our infinitive is escribir, to write. Then we add ito. We take off the IR, we add ito for verbs that are IR or ER. You have won. Tú has ganado. Tú has ganado. Okay, so this explains it. So if it's an AR verb, we drop off the AR and we add the ado. ER and IR verbs, we add the ido. So we take off for vivir. Maybe I want to say I have lived here for 20 years. Yo he vivido aquí por 20 años. And vamos a practicar un poco más. He has arrived, so we need to take, so we say él, decimos él. Y he has, so we take the haber form and we conjugate it for he, él ha. And then arrive is llegar. Llegar is arrive, and then we're going to drop the AR and we add what ending? Él ha llegado. Él ha llegado. He has arrived. We have eaten, so we is nosotros. We have nosotros, so we need to have those haber conjugations down. Nosotros hemos, we have nosotros hemos. Y comer is to eat, right? Nosotros hemos, and then we drop the ER and we add ID yo. Nosotros hemos comido. If you've seen The Mandalorian, he says, I have spoken. Hablar. So I want to say, I have, yo he spoken. Hablar, yo he hablado. I have spoken. Okay, or you may be saying something like, I have said. There is some irregular, there's actually plenty. También hay muchos participios irregulares en español. And this is a list of a few of them. So you are going to want to write these down in your notes, and you want to have access to them. Actually, you need to take notes over this whole thing. So we'll use the yo form for all of these. So normally where I would add ido for the ER verbs, or I would add ado for AR verbs, for these particular verbs, they have their own unique forms. So to say I have said, I would say yo he dicho. I have said so. Yo he dicho. You have said, tú has. I'm sorry. You have. I have. I have done. Hacer is to make or do. Yo he hecho. I have seen. Yo he visto. I have written. Yo he escrito. I have put something somewhere. Yo he puesto. This can be reflexive as well. Me he puesto. Romper. I have broken. Yo he roto. Volver, to return, yo he vuelto. Returned, yo he devuelto. To have died, yo he muerto. Abrir, I have opened, yo he abierto. Morir, I have died, yo he muerto. I guess I would never say that. You have died, tú has muerto. He has died, él ha muerto. We have died, nosotros hemos muerto. Never say that as well. They have died, ellos han muerto. Cubrir, to cover something. Cubierto, yo he cubierto. To fry something. Freír, yo he frito. Okay, so all of these verbs, first of all, we need to know what they mean. And then these are our irregular participles, los participios irregulares. You need to copy these into your notes. Okay, vamos a practicar un poco más. Díganme si tienen preguntas. Aquí estoy para ayudarles. Adiós.